Last of Us, Season 1, Episode 7, titled Left Behind, and this episode is Chef's Kiss. The only complaint I have with this episode is that I get it, you need to explain how Wiley and Ellie are at the mall. But I felt like those moments kind of dragged it down for me. I probably felt it would be more better if Wiley said, "Hey, come along with me," and then we're at the mall, or because we can assume that they climbed out the window, but I guess the idea is don't assume, don't make it, you know what happened, but maybe there's that one audience member that isn't aware and thinking that the mole is just connected to, connected to Fedra and all that kind of stuff. But I have to say this, you lucky sons of bitches, you non-gamers, you, because all us gamers had to pay for Left Behind, and you guys get it for free. I mean, technically you're paying for HBO Max and HBO, so technically you're not paying for it. I'm not, for the show, I'm not paying. I'm paying it because it's on a streaming service, on Binge. So technically you're not, but the joke still stands. You guys, you lucky bastards, get to see Left Behind for free. You get to see Left Behind for free, which was downloadable content, DLC, extra stuff that you have to cough up after the main game itself. And I don't know why I'm complaining, because, as I said last week, the first experience I had with the Last of Us game was the remastered, and Left Behind came along with it. So why am I complaining about it? I don't know why I'm complaining about it. I don't know. But anyway, so this episode, as I said, is great. It's beautiful. It's beautifully well done. As I said, I might have cut out about maybe 5 minutes off the episode. But the rest of the episode, when we are in the mall, it sings. It's adorable. It's cute. It's well dramaed. There's real emotional stakes. Yes, so all you fucking people who need a zombie every damn episode, there's your zombie. And you got the zombie going, all that kind of stuff. But as all us gamers have said, The Last of Us is not about the zombies. The Last of Us is about Blur. The Last of Us is about the humanity. It's about, what pain does to people, what grief does to people. All these things and that. You know what? I wish I had a roommate or something, because I really would love to sit and watch with this show to someone who hasn't played the game and see if they have the enjoyment, and also, be the dick who's like, Sarah's death, phone time! Henry and Sam, phone time! It's like, phone the reactions and be a dick. And them experience, and for this episode, experience Left Behind. It's a beautiful story. It's beautiful. It's about first love, and it's showing the world, once again, that this is a world where if there's a lick of happiness, it will drag you and take it away. Like, I was shaken. I knew what was going to happen. I knew, as I've been saying, I know how the Titanic sings, as I like to use it, aka I have played the game, and yes, I have also played Left Behind. So I know what happens, and already I'm like, oh no. I won't lie, I was kind of expecting a whole army of zombies coming around, a whole army of effectors, of clickers and runners and stalkers running around, because in the game that's how it happened. It wasn't just one, it was a whole bunch of them. But it's on a TV budget. It's a slow sound. It's a more emotional. It's it doesn't feel like we need a. And no, so the thing about it, if you have, knowing episode 5, we had the army of zombies showing up nearly at the end. There's always that worry about the more you do the army of zombies. There's always the worry about the audience getting tired of it and getting drawn out by here's another action sequence of them running around with swarms and hordes of zombies, and all that. But yeah, what's so great about it is we get to see Ellie as a kid, because this episode is also around before Ellie gets bitten, and is the old story of how she gets bitten. and we just see her as a kid. You know, first time her seeing a mole, first time her seeing what a escalator does, and it goes up and down, and she's like, "Look, I'm walking. I'm walking up the stairs, but I'm staying still." You know, would take on me, you know, playing in the background. You're like, this is great. This is awesome. And you know, her playing Mortal Kombat 2. Really, Mortal Kombat 2? What's the problem with the first one? Huh? Anyway, so Mortal Kombat 2 and doing the fixing move. You know, wearing funny masks and doing, you know, taking the Ferris wheel, and it's just and even jokes like them joking about the the Victoria's Secret store, knowing how, like, really these guys were so fussed about the looks, and then you have Ellie who's into Wiley, you know, she, you know, is fixing up her hair and trying to say things, and you can kind of tell that out through the episode she's getting maybe getting slightly more annoyed, like all the O's emotions that she's having, like she wants to be calm, and it's like she loves Wiley and she's into her and all that kind of stuff, but you could tell that she's just like it's a classic thing, right? Oh, excuse me. It's that classic thing of you're into someone, but you're not aware. You're into someone, but you're not aware that they like you back. And definitely when a world stopped at a certain year where it's not as aggressive and as forward momentum as it is today, 2003. You know, there's a warrior behind that. You know, the world stopped at 2003, so 2003 values were kind of just the standard. By the way, there was an Easter egg. There was like a what was it, like a something moon, like part 2. It was a whiff of the Twilight films, so like a poster. Yeah, there's a poster for that, so that's a neat little Easter egg. And then of course you got the flashlight thing. You know, you get the flashlight because you have these flashlights, and they just don't want to, work. You have to tap the controller all the time, so you got your second there. Actually, funny enough, I think was it Bethany. I thought Bethany for a bit was gonna be Abby, and I'm like, wow, that'll be a neat little thing. But I'm like, no. I'm like, wait, no. Abby would. When but you know, it's Bethany, so I thought different character and all that kind of stuff. And when the kiss happens, beautiful. When the when the photo booth happens, it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful story of young love. It's a young love, and all those people who are like, it's a zombie show. You know, being gay shouldn't be your focus of doing a zombie apocalypse. That means like no one can be in love. When you're a zombie, when you are in a zombie apocalypse, no one can find love each other, and a slight of happiness. You know, Bill and Frank are like the only people who seem to have like a slight of happiness in this world, as we've seen. But those are the people we're fighting for. And the ending, like, I know what happens. That's the thing. This is a show, like, I knew Wiley was not going to make it. And it's beautiful with the whole thing of, like, when we're going to hold out together. I was shaken. I was, like, shaken into my bones, into my quivers. You may say I was clickling a little bit. I've been watching Two of Us Community. This show, like, I just feel like I should just say, yeah, the show's great, the end, see you next week, and then for the next 2. But again, a lot of people will probably say, like, hey, dude, you know who shows up next week, right? I mean, like, who? Joel. Yeah, I know Joel shows up. You know, it's called The Last of Us. Joel's a character. we've been following Joel since episode 1. The first frame of, well, not the first frame, but the first modern day scene in 2003 in Outbreak is on Joel. What are you talking about? Video game show. Oh, actor wise. Yeah, we need to cover that one, definitely. I definitely need to talk about that episode, Death. But next week, shit hits the fan, and then shit hits the bigger fan with episodes 8 and 9, and then we're done for the rest of season 1 because we're going to get a adaptation of part 2. It'll be interesting how they adapt part 2, knowing there's a very jumping forward, back and forth kind of type of story. I think they might just weave that story a little bit more forward and a little bit more, but yeah, this Left Behind, fantastic, absolute fantastic adaptation of the DLC, and it took them, I think it took me 3 hours to beat Left Behind, so you guys get like extra less 2 hours to get the entire story, you bastards.